Loads of messages coming in. Where's Wildman's Mexican Adventure Part 4? And we left off in Part 3. Wildman had control of the vendors on the beach, the street dogs that were harassing him, and now his friends. And he's got this thing going where he's got pills, he's got LSD, and he's having a good time in Mexico. That's where it left off.
Yeah, hi, it's Wildman, as you well know. So, Part 4 is going to basically, it's not going to be too long. I'm actually timing it because Shaun's trying to get out of his army. So, I've got the timer on. First thing I'd like to say, because I forgot to give a shout out, there's a lovely lady called Nicola George, and she keeps on asking me to give a shout out. So, and she watches all the podcasts, so here's a big shout out to you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your positive vibes. And okay, I'll get back to the video. Right, so I'm buzzing around Mexico. I've got the stray dogs, I've got the street people selling on the beach, and things are just happy. And I'm doing this just basically because from Monday to Thursday, Port up an Asco is dead. It's a dead town. It's just the locals there and the locals there only. And then when the people come in Friday and it starts filling up, by Friday night it's full and it's party time again. So I basically through the week I enjoy myself. I've got a guy on the corner called Victor, and he sells ATVs. He hires them out and he makes good money on them. And but through the week he's just got a pile of ATVs just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, because the locals, they haven't got 30 quid an hour to rent an ATV. I think the average wage there is about £30–40 a week. Literally, it's that bad. So that's not pound, that's like dollars. So if I wanted to actually go anywhere, if I wanted to go to the Malacon, the fish market, or places like that, it's just everywhere dirt roads. There's a bit of a main road there, but basically you get on the main road for a bit, then go on the dirt roads. What I used to do, I used to go see Victor and say, Victor, can I borrow one for a bit? Yeah, no problem. So he wouldn't charge me, and I'd get on one, and I'd be cautious. Well, the first couple of times I was on one, I'd have to call him and say, Victor, can you come and get me? Where are you? I'm in a fence. Because I wasn't used to him, and I'm just like, and he's like fucking, after falling off one and fucking like knackering myself up a bit, I respected them. But they are fun. When you're on like desert dunes and all that, they used to be allowed on the beach too, and the beach was nice and flat, and you could just rag it, you know what I mean? They are good fun, very good fun. But they can also be dangerous too. If you take a corner too fast, you're going off it. If you overturn it on you, the heavy bastards, and they're quite heavy to get off you. So I'd be just wandering around doing stuff like that. I'd go and see the street people, I'd give them a few E's to get rid of, and I'd pick the money up that they owed me, and then I'd go and see Shaun I'd go and sit and have a smoke with him, go to the shops. The shops there, they sell beer a bit different than what they sell here. Basically, yeah, you go and get 4 cans or whatever. Over there, they sell them in 40s, and I used to get like the Dos Equis, and basically they'd sell it in like a plastic bag, and then they'd go to a big ice machine and they'd shovel some ice, and they'd just give you a big iced Dos Equis. And when you took the bottle back, you'd get 50 pesos, or you'd get so much off, equivalent of 50 cents off your next bottle, and it's only cheap anyway. So that was generally through the day how I spent my days, and couldn't get into trouble through the week. And I'd do stuff with the wife as well, because I was with the missus. We'd go and do days outs and stuff like that. There was on the just past Los Conchas, there was like a Sea World, so you'd go there. But I mean, it was a bit shit, to be honest with you. Because there's no point in doing that, because you could just go on the fucking beach and there'd be fucking dolphins and everything like all around you anyway. You'd walk in the water, it'd be weird as fuck. Because you're walking in, you see thousands of fish around you, and they're all around you, and like they nibble on your feet, just tickle your feet, not biting you, but they're actually good for you to take a dead skin off your feet, but it's just dead weird. But it's really, really, really nice, and everything's quiet. I mean, I couldn't really fuck up if you tried. And then come the weekend when the people started coming in, that's when we started thinking. And like I say, I'm doing all this with just waiting for Shaun to come over, or I'm waiting for like a visit from ADD or whoever's bringing pills over via Mexico. They stop off from Mexico to stop off here. And the people who brought the pills over to Mexico weren't the same people who take them over the border. Shaun would get people who look like all American, no tattoos, decent car, proper student looking people, what generally won't get stopped, you know what I mean? You don't often see white people getting stopped on the border, it's very rare. And then they'd come over with the pills. Yeah, life's really good, to be fair, through the week. The weekend, it'd come, and there was a time when there was a big party coming up, and it was Ryan Roberts, it might have been, or one of them.
Merlin.
Yeah, Merlin. He'd organised a party at the cafe bit.
Yeah, I remember that.
A little rave it was.
Yeah.
So Shaun would come over with Jill Wack and a few others.
Turbo Dyke.
And we were getting high, we were getting a few pills down, doing a bit of gibber juice, and then we go over to the little rave, and we're enjoying ourselves. And I'd been in there about an hour, and someone had felt my woman's ass, so I just turned around and launched him, and it was one of the Sammy the fucking Grass's fucking crew.
Sammy the Balls crew.
Yeah, Sammy the Grass. One of his crew. So he turned around and grabbed her ass. We turned around and just launched him, and I just knocked him on his fucking ass. And then his mates come over, and then Ryan Roberts come over and a few others, and it got settled down. No one got through out, like, it was just left at that. But as we were leaving, they were heckling, but they wouldn't fucking come up and say anything to us, you know what I mean? They were behind the gate talking shit.
Well, like, more and more of them kept coming, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
There ended up like less than 10 of us and about 30 of them. Then they started to get balls, didn't they?
But I wasn't too bothered about it, really. Because literally, I'd have to fucking... I wouldn't have even needed the street dogs. The street people would have fucking handled them. They know the places where to take them. And most of them carried big fucking... I called them banana cutters. Basically, the big curved swords. And they'd use it to, like, sort of do gardening and fucking take weeds down and all that, and little shrubs. So if I actually had trouble there, man, I knew for a fact that I could get about 10 or 15 of these crazy fucking Mexicans with fucking, like, big swords. Like banana cutter leaves. And it's, I'm trying to think what else was going on at the time. Yeah, I'll have to.
Don't we have G-Dog down there as well?
Oh, yeah.
Sally were.
Yeah, we had. There was
my bird, Claudia.
Claudia.
There was the jet skiing.
Yes.
Wild man tried to kill us on jet skis.
First time being on jet skis, and because it was quite expensive to hire out. And with me living down there, I'd always see people hiring them out, like, but I used to just think that's for the tourists. But Shaun come down, and Shaun hired us one out.
I hired a jet ski for me, I hired a jet ski for Wildman, I hired a jet ski for Cody Bates, and my bird Claudia got on the back of my jet ski. I think Cody Bates's failed at some point, so it was just me and my bird on the jet ski, and Wildman on his. And if you've ever seen like a James Bond movie like Jaws, the big guy where he's just like about to kill James Bond, Wildman was just coming straight at us on his jet ski like he was going to crash right into us. And Claudia screaming, Wildman, why are you trying to kill us? Why are you trying to kill us? So because there was two of us on it, I was going maximum speed. Wildman had looped back around and just come straight at us again. And this was going on and on.
He had the advantage because Amanda,
Claudia.
could sit down, and while she was sat down, it actually gave it more traction. You know what I mean? I had to sort of stand up on it, but I just thought it'd be fun to charge. It was great. It was fun. In the end, I took a corner the wrong way, and you fall off. But what they do is they put it's like a rubber band in it on your leg. So when you fall off, it also actually cuts the engine off, and you stay with the jet ski. So you're just falling into the water. It's a bit of a belly flop, but yeah, it was good times. And then we had a bigger rave to go to, and at the time we went, and even though I had a place, a nice condo, Shaun decided to rent. It was like a big guest house. It was right on the front of the
Sea of Cortez.
No, it's the one where we rented the house out together, the big place. And it was on the very front.
On the strip.
On the strip, yeah.
So I rented various. I had various properties for various reasons because we were doing this big drugs importation shipment expected any moment. So we had a party place, like a stash house, a place where the Wilds were living in the condo, and yeah, it all starts to get crazy, didn't it?
Yeah, what basically happened, through the day, we were just building up. Now, we were just taking it easy, we were just having a few beers and having a laugh through the day, and we thought later on we'd get high, and we'd walk round. Now, me and Shaun, and then when we were walking around the town and all, like, you'd see all the ravers, but we'd never actually go up to them and try and sell them drugs ourselves. We'd always have people for that. So, I mean, I would, through the week, if I'd seen any of them through the week, I'd go into them, because I'd always have a pocket full of fucking E's, and I'd take a few out with me. And like, so I could be having a quiet drink and just sell a couple, just for people who've stayed there a couple of days too late, which was perfect. And we decide to, we leave the room, and then we go off and we go onto the street, and we go to a few of the places, a few of the pubs there, and there's about 4 or 5 of us, and we're all having a good time, like we're having a few beers and that. Then we decided to go back to the room to re-up. So when we went back to the room, we realised where we'd put the pills, there was some gone, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And we were working out where they possibly would be. We looked, and then we looked in the next door as well, because we also had the next door. Looked on the balcony. I hadn't stashed them, I hadn't been anywhere near them. Shaun hadn't told me where they was, so they couldn't blame it on me. And it was like, fucking, where are the pills? And then we realised, about a few hours early in that, we'd had some visitors come round to see us who wanted some. We knew them from Arizona, and they were coming up, and they were supposed to be friends of ours. So Shaun had sorted them out with some. So what they must have done, they must have seen us on the strip, and they'd gone back to the place, and I don't know why we hadn't fucking locked up, but for some reason we didn't fucking lock up. They managed to get in, and they took the bag of pills. So by this time I'm fuming, I'm thinking, alright, let's find out where they're staying. And it's quite a big, I mean, it's not a huge place, but there's a lot of places to stay. But these were staying in like a caravan, it was like a caravan type of park, and there was about 6 of them. And I thought, I know, let's go and beat the shit out of them. I thought, well, we'll just, and then Shaun said, well, we can't just accuse them because we don't know. I said, well, listen, who else has been in here, apart from us here, and we haven't fucking got them? It must be them, mustn't it? So Joey's like, yeah, let's go. So like, what we basically ended up doing was, I thought, I know, let's scare the shit out of him. I had a friend a bit further up, he had the caravan, he'd been there for a very long time. He basically was living with his wife, his name was Bill and her name was Sue. And what had happened was, he had a good job, he worked in America, and he'd be up and down the telephone poles, and the electric ones though. Not telephone poles, what they call pylons. He was up and down the pylons, and one time he was up on the pylon and doing painting it, and he got electrocuted. He touched the wrong wire or did something, and literally what happened was it blew one of his eye out, and it went all through his body and blew 4 of his toes off, completely off. And he's got like big scars where he got.
I remember the scars, yeah.
And, oh, dude, it was horrific. It looked like he'd been fucking barbecued. But the guy had got a lot of money off it and had gone to live in a quieter life. They had no kids or anything, so they'd just sit there all day, just mellowly getting fucking drunk on vodka and gin, and going out eating and having a good time. I mean, the caravan was fucking huge. It was absolutely huge what they'd live in. And it was like loads of fucking room and stuff. And sometimes we'd go on, even though we were in the condo, we'd go and have a few beers with them. And we'd always get that fucking drunk and that high that we'd never leave. We'd end up staying there. Sometimes we stayed there a weekend. And I'd only live about fucking 2 miles down the bastard road. So we'll go round. And he's got this old Winchester fucking gun, an old gun. Now in Mexico it's a no-no. If you get caught with a gun, no matter fucking what, there's no... Remember I told you, no matter what, when you're in Mexico, if you've got $100 down your sock and they catch you with a load of pills or they catch you with anything like that, you can bribe them. With a gun it's a no-no. It goes straight to the feds. And then it goes not to the feds, the police version. The ones it's the...
So there's the federales and there's the state police?
Yeah, the federal is the state police, but the ones that go around in the tanks.
Like the army?
Yeah, the army. They have them little tanks, don't they?
Military checkpoints, yeah.
Yeah.
You've got those everywhere.
Yeah. But it goes straight to them, and they'll just beat the shit out of you on the side. They'll put a bullet in your fucking head without thinking twice. The local police there are alright, but they're like the fucking... The state police side, the Mexican army side, they won't fuck with you. They have zero tolerance for drug dealers. They're not like a lot of the federales are in the pocket of most of the drug dealers and they get paid for it, and they get a fucking money at the end of the month. These will not be bribed. They can't be fucking bribed, and like they fucking detest it. So I end up getting this fucking gun. It's fully fucking loaded. It's like fucking, so I said, well, alright, we'll go, we'll find out where you live, we go into the house, there's 6 of them just chilling out, and like, go to the person, ask them, have you took the pills? Oh, I don't know what I'm on about, don't know what I'm on about. But they're all gurning to fuck. There's a pretty big guy there who's fucking off his head, and he went to stand up, and instead of fucking shooting him, I just jawed him. I was going to jaw him, and then hit him with the pistol, and then shoot him. But I thought to myself, well, let's make a loud noise. And then, but they had pillars around too, and I thought, well, if I just knock him out, put the pillar to his fucking leg, his knee, and shoot his knee, so I'm not killing him, but I'm just fucking showing him that they can't fucking fuck with us. But after just hitting him, and then these are all like fucking, and then they see the gun, and they start making a noise, I think, fuck it, we're going to have to get out of here. And we said, we'll sort it out, we'll see you again in America. I was still convinced. Shaun wasn't probably that convinced that it was them, because, I mean, at the end of the day, we had left the door open, anyone could have wandered in. But...
You do make mistakes when you're on 10 types of different drugs in Mexico, and I was on GHB, crystal meth, ecstasy, Xanax, Valium, ketamine, and various Mexican pharmaceuticals.
We're not talking thousands of pills, but there was about 300 pills at the time had gone missing.
But we had 40,000 on the way.
Yeah. So Shaun was trying to refrain me from shooting someone, making a big deal of it. Because if that had have happened, we'd have had the police all on us. It had been really fucking hot. And, I mean, potentially we could have risked the chance of getting the 40,000 pills in. And... so, we get off, sleep it off, and then I bump into a friend called Josh. And he's talking, he's from America too, but he's living down there. His mum is well-to-do down there. And he's wanting a way to make money. So, it's not like grooming him, but we basically said to him, well listen, why don't you go to Amsterdam for us, pick some pills up, bring them back over, and we'll give you a few grand, like, we'll give you there and then, know what I mean? We'll give you all your spends, you can have a nice holiday, And to him, he's like, sound, I'll do that. And this happened, it started off with a conversation, but it only took about 10 days later, he was actually on his journey. He wanted to set this up. So like, and Shaun thought it was a good idea. I thought it was a good idea. Because at first he seemed a really, really sensible guy.
Well, he was an American guy. He looked like a sensible person. He spoke Spanish.
He had no criminal record.
No criminal record.
No tattoos.
Because he spoke Spanish, he got along with everybody, and he just fit in down there. He was like a natural entity. So having him smuggle stuff across Mexico, it seemed like he would just slide right through to me.
Yeah.
But these plans don't always work out as you
No.
think.
I never actually smuggled the pills myself. I stick out like a sore thumb. So we get him to go anyway. So it wasn't that long after this incident with the guy stealing the pills. To be fair, it was within the same month anyway. Another week or two go by where it's quiet, and then it's spring break. Then it's like when it's spring break, there's thousands of UCLA college people that come down, and then
Girls Gone Wild are filming.
Girls
down
Gone
there.
Wild filming down there. They're just students just all over the beach, just naked and high as fuck, just doing their own thing and just partying, and then getting on the beach and fighting. You see more police than anything else because they've got to ump. I mean, it's a relatively small, quiet fucking town, so this fucking happens. And that happens for 2 weeks. Then they have 4 weeks off, and then UCLA come down. So it's like you've got the American University coming down for a couple of weeks. Arizona, sorry. And then you've got California. And they don't mix the two together because it'd just be fucking one big fucking fight. And I don't think they'd have enough fucking police. They'd have to bring the fucking army in, basically. But it's real fun times. Everyone's happy. And we wanted more. That's why we'd said Josh, because we wanted the pills to get there. Because we needed more pills. Because we knew we were going to make a fucking killing over there. So I'm keeping all things quiet again. And we got the ball started. And Shaun comes down again. I'm reasonably behaving myself. I mean, we calmed down, not doing too much. Nothing to bother, nothing to like. Well, nothing the locals would tell Shaun about. They wouldn't rat on me, you know what I mean? So it was like, and I wasn't really doing fucking bad troubles, alright. We were just getting up to a little bit of mischief, let's put it that way. So we're waiting to hear from him, to say like he's landed or what he's ever heard, whatever. And then it got to like it was like a day or two late. So I'm thinking, oh fuck, what's happened there? So Shaun couldn't stay down there because he had business doing Phoenix. So he goes back up Phoenix with his entourage, and I still stay down there. And I don't know how we found out what happened.
I got a call in Arizona from him to my bird's phone, Claudia, and he was in a Mexican facility. He'd been arrested coming back with the pills. So everyone who worked for me had legal benefits, would get a lawyer assigned to them, they'd get bail money. If they had no criminal history, generally we'd get them out. And this was actually after the 40,000 came. This is one of the very last importations. It was like at the end of it, everything was just starting to melt down, a lot of bad things were happening. And I sent him all the cash we had at that time to try and help him in the jail, and I got him a lawyer, and we just started getting loads of calls from police, from people in the court system just asking for more and more and more and more money. It got crazy, so we sent as much as we could, but then they just like was looking at us as like a meal ticket. So it kind of got, I think his family got involved, didn't they? And they found out, and they found out about you guys.
Prior to this, I don't know if I mentioned it in 3 or not, but I'd actually been in my friend's house, Victor's house, and he knew the local cops there. They'd come in for having a line of coke.
We're going to have to stop this one, that's about to end.
Okay.
Right, so this is part 4. We're going to go over to part 5. And if you've enjoyed this whole series, put a comment below. And good news is, Wildman is now a co-interviewer. We just did a podcast where we interviewed, me and Wild both interviewed a guest ourselves. Wildman's a natural, the conversation just flew really well. And we're hoping that you guys are going to enjoy Wildman going to the interviewer level now.
And when I'm interviewing, I don't drink either. But when I'm doing my own, I do what the fuck I want in my own house.